And for apparently if like it's two of you,
Oh, really?
kasi the camera needs it's like a routing thing, it's like a mixer thing,
Okay.
Well, I think we should be like live right now.
We are? We are
We
live
could
right
be,
now.
but probably nobody's viewing it right
How can
now.
I check?
It's check out
How can
my
I check?
Facebook
I can't. I'm on the phone. I'm just
Oh,
talking to you over the
I
phone.
can't either. So we're going at it like blind, but hopefully people are
Sige.
watching. And if they're not, I think Facebook makes a recording, I'm making a recording then.
Okay.
So we'll
Okay.
pretend that
Okay.
people are
So,
watching.
yeah. 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 Yeah.
So hi
So we can,
everyone.
like, if people comment, we can see it.
It I have to get my iPad for that. To get
Yeah. Don't get your iPad for that. This
I
is a punk rock thing.
I could go check it out, pero sige, I'll check it Kaya
Yeah.
yan. Anyway, ganda ng mga bago mong songs, pare.
Oh, we're starting with that.
Yeah, and we have 6 viewers. Hello to the 6 viewers.
Hello. Hello to the 6 viewers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
So
on, I think. Yeah.
we're on.
Yeah.
Hello to the viewers. Hello, Alden's friends. I'm going to
So,
later
hi
to
everyone.
my friends.
Yeah.
So right now it's
Right.
Alden's first. Hello, I am
Yeah,
William
we're on,
Elvin.
I think.
I
Yeah.
used to play with Alden um in a lot of shit.
They were good.
And yeah, very good shit.
Good shit.
But yun. Right now I recorded my third solo effort because that's what they are. They're efforts. Yun. And then Alden was one of the first few who heard the whole thing, and he wants to help me out with producing it further. So
Yeah.
yeah, uh, yeah. Let's talk about the songs. I already uploaded. She's not Taylor Swift. The album's gonna be called Faces and Faces. So
Faces
yun.
and
So what do you think?
faces.
Yeah, like faces, and faces like the faces you go through in life.
Right. The two most
Right.
important faces.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So what do you
good.
think of it?
I think that
What do you think of it? Like,
it's an exciting bunch of songs
mm-hmm.
because I'm hearing bits of a more ano ba, like not as an opposite to being uptight as a person, but sort of tight-lipped in terms of expression. You're more expressive this time around compared to a lot of the stuff that we did together then, I think. Kasi I think,
Really?
yeah, kasi like dati, we're always working on a concept kind of basis So one time
Mm.
we tried to make songs for a musical something, right? Or you also wrote
Yeah.
music
Teka,
for, yeah?
yeah. Teka, am I not in your face?
Huh?
Am I not meant to see you? Your
Oh,
face?
yeah, no,
I
here.
can see
See,
your
can you
face.
see me now?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see you now. Yeah.
It's it's
Yeah.
kind of a really janky setup I'm recording your face on a phone, live streaming your face on a phone
Okay.
with my face.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
kind of janky.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. So this is punk rock. What can be more
Right.
punk rock
It's
than
it's
this?
it's punk rock or whatever they call it now.
Yeah. So
Whatever
what
they
do they
call it.
call it now? What
I
do
have
the
no
kids
idea what they
call it
call it
now?
these days.
Like it was punk, and then it's like somehow it became emo or some shit or whatever.
Yeah, like no,
It's
like when
always
you
gonna
say
be punk
punk
rock to
rock
me.
or like rock and roll in the way that it's being gung ho about it, like not necessarily the
Yeah.
music, diba? Like we'll do it live,
Yeah.
which we're
No,
doing
kasi
literally.
the thing the thing with like punk rock, it's like okay, so it's like that how punk rock sounded like when it was marketed to be punk rock. It's like okay, it's the Ramones, the Clash, it's the Sex Pistols, and then it became like the things we listened to, like the Green Days and the Offsprings and the NoFX and the Rancids. Tapos parang you just realize that it's not really the sound. It's like the way you do it. Like um I've heard someone call Bob Dylan very punk rock, and that's not the sound of punk rock. But when you think about it, it's really that. Like the lifestyle is that.
Right.
So, diba?
But I'm sure they have like
Ganon.
a new term for it. You know how it used to be that's so beatnik or something like that, diba? Before pre-punk.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
That's so
yeah,
hippie.
yeah,
You're being a hippie. I don't know. I'm making stuff
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah,
Pero
hippie.
yeah,
Yeah.
this new music, it's very refined from a production standpoint and like an arrangement standpoint. I think that you're, coming to your stride na. Like it's being
This
fleshed out.
this
It's very
thing.
fleshed out
Yeah,
eh.
yeah, yeah.
Can you talk more about your like
It's
arrangement
only
and
because
production?
it's only it's only because I locked myself up. I isolated myself. I isolated myself for like a few months, like just starting to write the songs and like thinking about how I'm going to attack it. Parang it's a lot of isolation and internalization, and surprisingly, it's much more lighthearted, I think, than the things I did before this. Like you've heard you mixed the album before this, and it's like that sounded like a dour guy. It's like it sounded like it sounded too. It sounded like something like someone would take too seriously, and I don't want that anymore. Parang I gave myself parang a lot of like you have to go back to the innocence of things when I started writing songs. Like I tried to go back to that. Parang the mindset of this is an innocent thing, this is a very youthful thing. And when you have that mindset, then you start to feel young again. And you start to feel things young people do. And like hopefully it comes out like that. Um hopefully it comes across as here's here's someone here's a character like being the songwriter. Here's a character who has gone through life but is finding finding the childhood in him again. And I think that's the very if you're talking about concepts, that's the concept of this
I think
album.
you've been trying that for a while now. You have a song that's like singing about the stuff you like when you were a kid, like wrestling and going back. Like I remember the boy. Remember that song?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We did that. Yeah, but that was what like we were
We were
23.
really boys.
Yeah, we were really boys. That was 23, and can you imagine that was 10 years ago?
And
So
even at
parang
then I remember feeling so old and trying to get back that boyhood. But now that we're even older, you
mm,
realize that it's really in the mind, no?
yeah. When you think about it, it's like this is the age like when we met Victor, our friend Vic.
Yeah.
This is the age that he was in.
Right.
Like our age now, like this was the who was working with us back then. So parang I don't know if that means anything, but yeah, and I think like remember when we started working on those like the material for
Yeah.
that, um, and you were saying like parang it sounds like we are world weary or something,
World what?
and we were world weary,
World
like
weary.
we were weary of the world,
Yeah,
and
world weary.
and yeah, when you look at it, it's like yeah, that was once like I just I just did the music for Mula sa Buwan, Cyrano, right? We
Right.
played live for that, and it's like I to be honest, it's like this is not what I envisioned myself to be doing. Like I I never envisioned myself to be writing like stage musicals or whatever. Not that I hate them. I was a theater student, and parang
Yeah,
suddenly
and Vic
just
was a
naturally
theater
just got thrown.
director, so it was really
Yeah,
you were in the position to do that. I mean, I would
yeah,
too if I was like given the same amount of like connections to that world. Like
yeah,
it's an awesome thing to do to write a musical. No one, lots of people have albums, lots of people have EPs, but very few have musicals. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, and you get like no, no, I'm not worried about it. I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
And it's great that these things that I wrote are still being produced. Like Maxi the musical is being produced this July.
Yeah.
So
Maxi the
it's
musical,
good.
by the way, is the live musical rendition of Maxi the movie. It's a movie, right?
It's a film, yeah. Yeah, ang pagdadalaga ni Maximo Oliveros.
Right.
It's about a gay kid who
Gay
falls in love
kids.
with a policeman.
Shout out to the gay kids out
And
there.
yeah, it was fun to do. It was my last major work before I went here to
Uh
Hong
huh.
Kong. So it's like, I am having fun knowing that it's going to be produced and I don't have to do anything.
Right.
Like
And then you
everything is
get
done.
paid. They just you get paid for doing nothing. Do you get paid for doing
Yeah,
nothing?
yeah,
Sarap.
yeah.
That's the
At this
dream.
point, like last of one, they didn't do anything. They just like Pat was calling me up and say, "Hey, we're gonna do it again." I said, "Yeah, by all means, do it." And then I got paid for that. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome,
But
man.
Pat is very hardworking. Like he's doing all the legwork for this. He's
Yeah.
producing, he's
Shout out
directing.
pala to Pat Valera, the director of
Yeah, yeah,
Cyrano.
yeah.
Cyrano. Yes.
Sino mula sa buwan? It's called Mula sa buwan.
And mula yeah, yes. Cyrano,
Oh,
the
Mula sa buwan.
Philippine version, musical
Yeah,
version of the story
yeah.
of Cyrano.
Yeah. So there, it's like Maxi. I can't wait to see it. I've never seen the show. Like when we first did that, I was playing live with a band, so I didn't know how it looked like. I did not know. I did not see the show. So I'm just excited. I'm just going to go there, probably visit some of the rehearsals before the show,
Right.
and then see the show like from a
Yeah.
fresh perspective.
Right.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. And by the way, we have some comments coming in.
Oh
So
hi.
and like the hi Rio, thanks for um the tip. The message is
Why? What
I'll
happened?
link you on how to live stream with someone on a different location. Just PM me, aight? Oy,
Okay.
sabi ni Kukay, excited, can't
Oh,
wait for the album, proud of you.
hi Kukay. I'm proud of you too. She just uploaded her stuff on
She did?
Spotify. I heard it. They're really good. So yeah, I think it's a resurgence. Like um, our friends from Happy Days and like Rigel and Allen are now in Wickermoss. They're working on new material too. I haven't opened Rigel's message yet, but he sent me like a sample of what they're doing now. So it's just like it's. I think it's a zeitgeist thing. Like one of us becomes inspired, and then like we don't realize that all of us are inspired. Like we've always been connected to each other artistically, like guys like Kukay and then our other friends. So kung meron pa tayong ibang friends dyan doing out of their own music, I suggest like let's all do it. Like let's start a
Yeah.
movement.
A lot of things
Yeah,
happening right now. I mean, let's start with our good friend Rigel. He's got an
yeah.
endorsement from Gibson and he's playing with lots
Gibson.
of bands, right?
Yeah,
Producing
yeah,
content like all the
yeah.
time, right?
Dude, master content producer, and he doesn't even know it. I don't know now, but when he started doing the thing for Mindscape Slap, it's like I don't know if he even realizes how witty he is in creating these things. And also,
Yeah.
pobre, or ano pa
Yeah,
naman,
I think you're right about
Chip
it being a
Pobre.
scenius thing eh. Like it's you got Jack, you've got JM creating like this
Yeah,
songwriter Pinoy playlist, the one that you're on, Jack is
yeah,
on,
yeah,
and it's really helping everybody involved. And like lots of
yeah,
creative people are, I think they're opening up this 2020. It's really exciting.
yeah. Something in the air, di ba? There's something in the air. So let's do it.
Yeah, we're
What
gonna
else
do
are
it,
the
right?
comments? Or do we have like
Yes, we have
other?
Greta Campos saying, Sir William, I am a fan.
Hi. Well, thank you. It's the first time I've heard this name. I hope to meet you soon.
Greta, nice to, ano, see your message.
Yeah.
And
Not sure,
Christine,
but I know her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mute a lot of
if
people,
we
but
knew
I
if we
hope to
knew
see you
all
again.
your fans by name or all our fans by name, then we'd be geniuses.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not.
We're
Sadly, we're not.
unfortunately not genius in
Yeah.
that way. Yon. Yes. In
Yeah.
other ways,
We're
in
like,
in in naughty ways.
who else is it? Who else is there?
Well, so far that's we got some like Riley was on a while ago. There are 5 people right now watching. I can't really
Oh,
see who's watching because of our really junky setup. I hope that Rio, my friend, can like help me with this. She works with
yeah.
Extreme or something, and
Oh, nice.
what let me mention that
Well, if you figure it out, like a better way to do this, we
yeah,
can always do this more. Like,
right.
it's
Oo
fine.
nga.
Yeah.
XSplit pala. I have to get hopefully hooked up to XSplit. It's probably a better streaming service than what I'm using now.
Then let's use that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a test naman, diba?
Yeah, a public
This is like
service
a test.
announcement.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Roland
this.
Soriano Bagatua says, nice to see you, Alden and
Oh, hi.
William.
Hey, si Roland.
Yeah.
The key.
Yeah. Hey, Roland, the flute keys
Yeah.
of
Fruit
Mithi.
keys of
Oh,
Mithi.
speaking
Yeah.
of Mayrix peeps, Iya Didel says Nux. Nux.
Oh, hi, Iya. Hi, Iya.
Nux.
We're reconnecting with a lot of names, right?
Yeah, you see? It's
And
pretty cool.
faces. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you imagine? Like,
we're gonna have a show, right, on May.
we're talking.
Hopefully, we'll bring like invite
Yeah.
Iya, Roland, Greta, Kukay, all these people. You should come, and all
Yeah.
of you. Marcos,
Yeah.
idol, sabi ni Marcos Hernandez. Anak ni Darwin Hernandez. Just kidding.
Oh, hi. Akala ko totoo. Akala ko
Hi, Marcos.
totoo.
Hi, Marcos.
You sure we're gonna go there? Like, we're gonna go back to the lyrics days.
Oh,
We're
that's.
just
I
gonna
think
talk
that's
about
what
music.
what it reminds me of. It's like a Mayrix days with the join the clubs and the hails and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about that. Oh, and by the way, Join the Club is also releasing a lot of stuff.
Oh,
So yeah, I wish I see the guys again. I
yeah.
bumped into I bumped into Migs like mga 4 or 5 years ago in Ortigas. That's the last time.
Ah,
I wish I could see
I keep
Joey again.
bumping into him like around the place. It's always a
Do
good
you know that? Do you
yeah.
know that the camera like is focused on your ear right now?
But it's okay. It's a better shot for the people out there. It's like if you rewatch this stream, you'll see why. It's like I'm actually flashing the phone to the like webcam. That's how primitive our setup is right now. And you can see
Yeah,
my
that's
ear in the
here.
corner. There you see.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
featuring
It's
my
not as
ear.
ear. Yeah,
It's my
not as ear.
ear.
You should use Spock ears the next time.
Oo nga. I love that.
Yeah. So it's still conceptual. Like we're
Oo
still.
we haven't done like weird like hard to get stuff in a while, no? We should make like more
We
like
haven't.
what does that mean? There's like deep meaning and that like nobody cares, no?
Nobody cares. We care. We hope that
Yeah.
people care, but
Like sobrang inside na joke na parang okay.
we've had a lot of that. And like when it's like people don't get it. Like they never did.
Right. They got it I
No,
think,
it's
pero
like
like
we're the
years
only
and years
ones.
after we stopped playing together.
Yeah, yeah. We were ahead of our time in many ways.
Mm.
Like like when not ahead of our time, like we're innovators or whatever. It's not that way. It's just like we were planning to do like the influencer stuff way before ever like anyone thought of that. Like we wanted to do like online shows and whatever. We did not have the resources or the time or the creativity to focus on that. But like these ideas, like when the influencers thing started, like we wish we would have been the first ones who did that because we were
Yeah.
almost there, but we did not. But
Mm-mm.
it's fine.
I think our heart was in the right place, and like we worked really hard. Then I think we just didn't know how the world worked that much dati. Siguro
Yeah,
hopefully
right,
now we
right.
know, or maybe hopefully now the landscape is opened up for expression like that we do. I think like OPM is coming
Yeah,
back, yeehaw, yeehaw, woo-ha, right?
yeah.
Like Ben and Ben, you have
And
your
then
Ben and
who were
Bens,
the
and
front runners?
now a
Ben
lot
and Ben,
eh.
yeah, Ben and Ben. Yeah.
There's also the basking
Four of Spades, Ben
community,
and Ben.
Four of Spades, Unique Salonga. You should check him out. He's very like
Yeah,
a
unique,
young
unique.
Will.
Yeah,
Like no, he's weird, man, in a good way.
he's way better.
Uh,
Unique is so good.
oh, you should see him live,
I
yeah.
If you ask me, like, yeah, he's probably he's for me, like, just from a songwriting standpoint, he's probably the best right now.
Wow.
Outside
Coming
of
from you,
the
ah.
more established names like sila Ebe, like, of course they're gonna be good, sila Ebe, but like the crop of people who came after them,
Right.
I gotta say it's unique. Like, yeah, I gotta say it's
Unique.
unique.
It's gotta be unique.
This is still your room, no?
Yeah. This is
This is the
my
Manda
bedroom
room, right?
slash studio slash dump.
Yeah. It's a good dump though. It's a
Oh,
good
thank
dump.
you,
It's
thank
always
you,
been a good dump.
thank you.
Yeah. You remember when you remember when we used to like just stay there and and go somewhere else after.
Where?
Tapos here's something I really remember. You remember when you remember when you slept at my house?
Yeah.
Then we woke up and then we had to go to MOA. We had to go to Mall of Asia. You had a show, I think.
Alayo.
Do you remember this?
No,
You remember? I
unfortunately.
don't know if you remember this. You don't remember this. This is what we did, man. This is what we did. I remember this like yesterday. So we slept like we were drunk and whatever we were doing. I remember we would just like drive around. Like I'm not advocating drunk driving, but we did that.
Were we drunk?
And yeah, yeah,
Or was I the only one who was
yeah. And it's
drunk?
like no. I think I was. You were more drunk than me. You were way more drunk. But it's like it's what happened was I think we were supposed because you had the show in Mall of Asia like the day after we hung out and we were just like, are we going to your house or we were supposed to go to your house like there in Mandaluyong. We were supposed to go there, but then like I think we overshot EDSA. It's like I think it's 2 freaking a.m. It was 2 a.m. So we overshot EDSA and we just like, huh? Let's go to Fairview na lang. Let's go to my house na lang. And so we did, and we ate pares like near my house, and we just listened to David Bowie like until 5 a.m.
Ah,
And,
wow.
and like we were listening to David Bowie. I let you hear Space Oddity or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Tapos
And you're the first one who let me hear
so we
it.
slept. Yeah, I remember that. Kasi, tapos we woke up. You were supposed to be at MOA like 4 p.m. I guess, and then we woke up like at 1, and we woke up, and you did not have a shirt. Like you did not bring a shirt for the next for the performance.
Holy,
It's like okay,
holy shit.
so it's like I am way fatter before. Like I was really fat.
You're like the Ricky
So
Gervais ano
you
eh.
got
Arc. You have the
yeah
Ricky
yeah
Gervais
yeah
arc.
yeah. You got one of my Beatles shirts, I think. So it's like really baggy. It was really baggy, man. That was that was like, we just what we did was that you said I have to go to MOA. I have to go to MOA. Okay, I said, okay, I'll drive you to MOA. Let's go to MOA. I want to see your show. So what we did is we did not take a bath. We did not shower. Nothing.
Oh
Like nothing.
no.
We just changed shirts and we were drunk before. Like the night before we were drunk. We just
Oh.
changed our shirts. I know I did not drive you. You know what we did? We
What?
took a bus to Moa.
What?
We took a bus. Like
Took a
we took a
bus
bus to Moa.
to a
That's how
show?
we were there. Yeah. And I kid you not, man. This is what happened. Like we arrived at Moa and we were walking and then we were just enjoying because there's no one else there yet. Like your bandmates weren't there yet. So we were walking around Moa and suddenly we hear this like girl screaming,
God.
Alden! And
Sino
so
yun? Was that the road manager?
no, it was a fan, man. It was a fan.
Oh.
So it's like, Alden! Alden! And then we looked back, and the girl was running towards you.
Uh-huh.
And you told me, dude, let's run. Let's run away. Let's run away.
Wait,
So
wait.
we ran. we ran along, what's that? Sunset Boulevard. So we were running. Like we were running. And
Feeling
I looked
Beatles sa
back.
puta.
Well, it's not Beatles because it's just like it's literally one girl, man. And I looked back and she tripped.
Oh no. Oh
She
no.
tripped.
Oh no. Hmm.
I hope you're not watching right now. If you remember this and you're the one who tripped, I will apologize on behalf of Alden for you because this is what's happened. Like she tripped. You did not see that she tripped.
I
I
didn't
did,
see. I didn't
and I told you,
see.
Dad, man, she tripped. Like her face is on the floor
Oh
right now.
no.
And you were like, no, I don't care. Let's run. Let's run. And we just ran out of there. So I'm sorry, whoever that was. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, like a lot of karma went back to us since that
Oh,
day.
yeah.
So
Ako, lalo
we're
na
pretty
ako.
like we are we are quits right now.
Yeah, whatever like hardship you went through that day, we've gone through a lot then. Like flat on our face, like metaphorically, literally, everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Happens to the best of us, girl. Keep on trucking.
Yes, yeah, yeah. And,
Mm.
like if I saw like John fucking Lennon, it's like I don't care if I fall flat on my face. I'm gonna chase the guy.
Oo nga.
Fortunately, he's not here with us right now.
Right. Oo.
How about you? Which stories do you remember? There's a lot of stories out
Lots.
there.
Lots. I wish I like could detail it as well as you do. I remember that Mayrix, it was a bar in UST, sa tapat ng UST sa Espanya. And katabi nun, may BPI. I just remember we used to hang out there a lot. I vaguely
Oh,
remember catching you there,
yeah.
like crying or something. But I don't remember the details eh.
Yeah, right.
Like it was something about the
Vaguely.
show. Vaguely, right?
Yeah. What happened there was, I remember this.
You had a bad show or something, right?
Like no, it wasn't really a bad show. It's just that like Hale was taking off. We were fronting for Hale. Like Hale uh had a Merrick show, and they put us in there. The bar pins, the bar
Right.
pins. So they put us in there. They put us in there, and it's like, and you know Merrick's, like you know the Merrick's crowd, right?
Yeah.
And when I just like I went in there, it was not the Merrick's crowd. It was the Hale crowd.
Oh yeah,
It
the
was
new
like the
ones,
Hale
like the
show.
younger girls, high
Yeah.
school, early college, ganon.
Yeah, and those are fine. There were a group of like people who just like
And I guess
think
kasi
they
you're
can
friends with Sheldon, he gave
so
you a shot to front act. Is this the situation?
yeah. It's like it's kind of pressuring. Like the Hale fans are great. Like I've known a number of them. They're great. But what happened was there was like a big table of like people who just came from the office, and you could tell that this is not the usual place they go to.
Right.
But it was Hale, so they wanted to watch Hale like,
And
up
Hale
front.
is a Mayrix band, so no choice yung mga fans to go
It
to
was a Mary's man.
Mayrix.
Yeah, right. So Yeah, so I think they're like, there are hardcore fans and casual fans of everything, right? So I think these are the casual fans because the hardcore Hail fans were fans of bands, and they're not gonna do that to any other band, I think. So what happened was, so we started playing, and they just like, ano ba yan? Hail na, gusto namin Hail, huwag na kayo. It's like, what the fuck? And me being an
Oh, I
emotional
remember.
guy,
Yeah, I
it's
remember. Hail na
yeah, that's
ano
what
na
happened.
hail or
Yeah,
something,
that's
you
what
know.
happened.
Well, that's tough, but
Yeah,
you
that's what
know,
happened.
fudge. Yeah, that's a testament to
It was
how
fun.
how serious we took ourselves before, right? Looping it back
Yeah,
to
yeah. Perhaps too
this,
seriously.
but a lot of people are guilty of that, and you can also go the opposite way and just not take yourself seriously at all, and you just wreck your life, like cause a lot of suffering to yourself and everyone
Yeah,
around you. I think hindi naman tayo naging ganun masyado.
yeah,
Hopefully,
yeah. Hopefully,
hopefully.
hopefully. No, I think we were like for a
Meron
very
my
short
my
time we were.
my points. There were
Yeah,
points in the past. I'm sure. Anyway,
yeah.
we're
It's
up
like
to our
yeah, it's like,
yeah, we're up to our the halfway mark. Like we're at 30 minutes now. So do you want to talk more about your plans? Like let's involve the fans into parang the building process. Like actually we haven't talked in detail of what how we're gonna move forward with the project. So
yeah,
it's cool that we can live stream for whoever cares. Like it's no secret. It's no
yeah.
secret.
We Well, it's not a secret now. We are working on this. The album is finished. Material wise, recording wise, on my part, they're finished. So I let Alden hear it, and he has ideas which I like, because we've been doing this for a very long time, and it's like, and I think, um if when you mix these things, and when you start to add your touch and your elements, I want to be surprised. So the material is finished, like everything you heard is there. So I'm leaving it up to Alden. And then after that, we are going to work on like maybe 3 4 songs,
Right.
just to feel things out a bit, and we're going to like, thankfully it's Chinese New Year next year. So next week rather. It's Chinese New Year. So it's gonna be Chinese New Year here in Hong Kong is very different from what you would imagine, because
Really?
Chinese New Year in the Philippines is like they all celebrate, right?
Mm-hmm.
How they celebrate here is like it feels like it's the Holy Week here when it's Chinese New Year. Like everyone is out. Everyone is out. All shops are closed. You can't really do anything. You can't do
Oh,
much. So it's
grabe.
perfect time. It's like I have to write. I want to write like maybe six six songs. Tapos let's choose out of it. But before that, we're just focusing on one. We're focusing faces and faces. So yeah, I just need to give you the stems, and do what you need to do there.
Okay,
How
so
do you feel about it?
I like it. I like it. Um, we're doing track one basically of the pre stuff to
Yeah.
track 10, 11. Ay, what's the where does Faces and Faces end ba?
No, 12. These are 12 songs, but the way I imagine it, I wanted it to sound like an old record, like you have like the side A and the side B, right?
Oo. Let's do side A
So
first, kumbaga.
yeah, let's do side A first. The side A opens with like a sound check type of like it's an unfinished song of mine. Um, it feels like because sometimes I would just like write some random shit, basically like a songwriting exercise. And I was watching Taylor Swift's NPR. You know the Tiny Desk concert.
Yes, I
So I
love
was I was
those.
yeah. So I was watching that. I was so entertained by it. And like after, like she was explaining her songwriting process and things like that. So I felt like I could pick up my guitar and just like write whatever shit that comes out. And I did. And it's unfinished. So I figured out like, well, it's interesting. It's an interesting snippet. So I figured out it opens the thing. and it's like a recording sound check, and then it sets up the tone of the whole thing. If this is a home recording, then this is an effort of one guy trying to just put it all together, and I think it's it 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 holds the room together. It's like little thing, like it opens like that, and then you go like halfway. There's another
Yeah.
one of that.
When I heard, I'm like,
So
we're definitely bringing this in, diba? We're keeping this in,
yeah,
right?
right, yeah. Yeah. It's like you were asking me like this sound check thing is really here, right? And I said, yeah, of course it is.
Like, thank you. That's like, it's something I like. I'm a big fan of, audio verite. It's like, what's the
Yeah.
film verite version of that? Basta I like that, eh. Things that are like in there, that are like a real, or at least it feels real, a real representation of like the moment that we were recording, you're recording or
Right,
mixing, you know.
right.
It's
And
noise.
I remember like one of my friends asked me, because she's been listening to music for some time now, like the later ones, and she asked me about like why do some albums do the studio talking and the 1 2 3 4 before the song starts, like, and I would say this like it adds to the atmosphere of things, like especially when it's a band, like you want to feel like you're in the room with them. So I
Right.
think it's kind of like that. The philosophy is like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, perfection is becoming overrated kasi, like, with all the technology now, we can tune a voice to perfection. We can
Yeah,
fix a
yeah,
drum part to make it like metronomically precise.
yeah,
It's coming back to, like, the emotions, and that's kind of what's rare now, eh. Like, finding a
yeah.
track that brings you to tears, or makes you feel a certain way, remember a memory, or remind you of,
I think
English Name is Rose. It's a song that's
yeah,
on the album. It made me feel like barista ka talaga, eh. Like, na-imagine ko yung setting, like para siyang may clear glass na cafe na looking out into Hong
yeah,
Kong,
yeah,
and like there's this fictional like character that's there and greets you every morning, something like that. That's how I see it, eh.
hmm Well, that's a nice visualization.
Yeah.
It's like ano there's a Gilbert verse in this album.
Uh,
You heard the second song, right? Gilbert.
yep.
The subtle tragedy of Gilbert.
Right.
Pretty soon, the, the the people who are viewing this and watching this will hear that song.
Right.
So it's like the Gilbert verse is like I open up the album with the sound check, but then the real opening is the song, the Gilbert song. It's about this guy who works at an office, and works at an office, feels trapped. Like maybe he has some dreams of like being a writer. It's kind of like me, but it's not. It's like wrestling. Like you over exaggerate what the elements of yourself to form this character, to form this gimmick, and it's like that. And I wrote a line there. It's saying he has no identity, not even confidence to say hello to the girl whose English name is Rose, who's just across him. And you draw a lot from real people. So these people, like the characters we create, like when we're writing these songs, like a lot of times they're like as a whole they're fictional, but there are the like elements are from real people, and stories are from
Right.
real people,
From
and you
real
just like form
chismes.
these things.
From real
Yeah,
chismes.
yeah, from yeah. It's so there, like later on in the album you go back to that Gilbert verse, and you learn more about this character. And then these things, like when you said like it's not really conceptual, at some point it also is. Like we can I don't think we can really get away from our
So it's like
conceptual
Blur. It's
thinking.
like, even if it's not a concept album, the concept is strong in the album, parang ganon.
Yeah, hopefully. And then you're one of the fresher ears to listen to it.
Yeah,
Like my wife hears this whole thing every day. Like she was at some point she was complaining about it. Like it's like I always hear it. Like when you have these earphones, like the sound comes out. Yeah, like, and
yeah,
she still hears them. So yeah, but from a fresher ear, like you've heard this week, and then you went like you really went through it today.
yeah.
So you're really one of the first who like really digest. So these things that you tell me, I don't even know them. Like how it sounds conceptually, how it sounds, basically how it sounds. I don't know them as much as I would like to because I am way deep into the shit. So tell me more about
Right,
what you
right.
do.
Definitely kasi you're doing it, you're writing it, you're playing the instruments, you're
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
producing the vocals yourself basically, catching like, oh, I like don't like that take. It's hard then to, it's nice to come in with a guy with some slightly fresh ears like me. That's good. Yeah, and
Yeah.
actually I have this thing with some of your songs, eh. Like some songs it's like a reaction to me. I think that's why I was really stoked and I really pushed to work with you in the past then, eh.
Yes. Yeah.
There are songs, your songs make me like come with like a million ideas when I hear them, eh. Like melodies, chords, like production wise and daming pwedeng gawin, and like I want to try and like put in stuff. So
Right.
like this album, it's like the most number of those kinds of songs in a long
Oh,
time. Like
really?
yeah.
When you say in a long time, I guess you mean like from the first album we did, Happy Days
Uh,
Ahead.
no,
Like
I'm
the
of
first
course, yeah, like
thing.
probably. Kasi like, of course, lots of stuff that you put out across through the years. Of course, you're allowed to be good some of the time. I don't really know an artist that's good all of the time.
Yeah, there is none. There is none.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
maybe he,
even Bob Dylan or David
oh,
Bowie
and
or the
especially
Beatles, they
Rivers.
had like
I mean, for a
yeah,
while
yeah,
there,
yeah,
I thought Billy Joe was gonna be the guy who just put out good stuff all the time, and then he didn't. Came out with something
yeah, yeah.
less
Right,
good,
right, right,
right?
right. Like
So
like um like we basically loved everything from for me like Kerplunk to 21st Century Breakdown.
right.
And then you hear Uno Dos Tres, and you're not sure, and you're just like,
Uh
I remember we were trying to justify like, do we like this album? And we
yeah.
would talk about shit like, well, they're like, it's encompassing everything they've done for the past years. It's like, yeah, but when you look at it from a bigger picture, then it's not. And then they come out with what's the Revolution Radio is like, it's okay,
Right.
I think.
So
So is that the
this
last
album
one?
is gonna be more than okay. That's what I can guarantee people out there now. So they should be looking forward to it. Where are we gonna put out like Gilbert first to like they have something to listen
I
to
think
ganon?
I think it's Gilbert first. The thing kasi is that I live here in Hong Kong, so I have to play shows here. I'm making friends here who come to my shows. So for me, it's just the convenience of it is that you promote it here too, because the Manila audience, the listeners that we have, hopefully they will go even on like short notice. And when we play like our Happy Days Ahead show on May 7th, I don't want it to be like this whole pressure thing. I
Right.
just want to have fun. What I'm getting at is that I want the people here in Hong Kong, uh, whoever who want whoever wants to listen here in Hong Kong, I want to give them something. Like, hey, I'm telling stories about people here in Hong Kong, people that I know, people that I'm referring to myself as a Hong Kong resident and not being a local. That's a lot of us are Gilberts. Like, we don't we feel like we this is our place, like this is our home, but at the end of the day, like it's not because what we can't speak the language, we don't look the part, so people are still gonna treat you like you're from somewhere else, and that's not a bad thing. I'm just like saying that this is the story of like people like me who try to to live here, like in a city like this. So that's what I want to put forward.
Yeah.
So we have to put out Gilbert first, like the Hong Kong songs, like
Mm,
English Name is Rose, somehow something, which is also one of my
right.
favorites. It's about what's happening here right now. I
In
don't want to get too
Spotify ba,
political
when
on
you,
that,
if you
but
kunwari like we
like
release
even
as we, sorry to interrupt you, um if we
yeah,
release,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
can we release as we finish, and then in a way when it's all done, parang put it in an album sa Spotify? Does Spotify work that way?
Yeah.
Can it work that way?
Well, if you no, I think it can work that way. But I still watch like medyo may old school pa rin ako. Like old school in terms of like
Mhm.
3, 4 singles, and then let the fans like if a lot of people like the 4 singles enough, they'd listen to the whole thing, and they'd find some gems in the whole thing that you don't actually release or promote that big, and so it becomes very personal for them. So
Mhm.
I like that. So still, I think it's like okay, let's release as it finishes. But then I still want listeners like for the whole album.
So like,
Like I
how
want them to
about
listen to
releasing
it
it for
forever.
as side A, pwede yon, and then releasing the side B after, or side A and B has to be released
Yes, it's
together?
possible.
Yun nga,
I haven't really thought about
I'm
it.
wondering kasi, like, if you are you stuck in Spotify, like let's say it's the, for example, mula sa buwan album, can you pull it out and put it into another album, so to speak, in Spotify?
No, 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 you can't do that. I
Mm.
don't think I don't think you can do that.
Oo, you, I
But it's
mean,
like
you
okay,
could
like
conceptually, yeah.
yeah, now I realize what you're like what you're saying is that, for example, you release like the first half of the album like on May,
Mm-hmm.
and then you release the second half on June.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. But
Yeah.
the thing is that I love the idea. Probably that's how we get people to listen to albums in their entirety again. Because you can just like okay, you can just like Faces and Faces side A. Then this is Faces and Faces side B. I think I you piqued my interest in that.
Hey,
I think.
I'm glad I can still do that once in a
Let's do
while.
that. Yeah, you can always do that, man. It's like we're the eternal
Uy,
partners for that.
Blemon!
I love it. Yeah. Blemon's
Blemon.
there.
Yeah, Blemon,
Blemon's there.
ano, reacted to our video.
Hey,
Blemon,
hello.
the OG.
Hello, pare. OG, OG.
Barpins.
God damn, OG sounds so old now.
Diba? It's not cool. I don't even know the
Like,
words anymore. Do you know what they call us now? They call us boomers. That's what they call old people who
yeah.
don't get technology and stuff.
We are, we are not boomers. Like,
I mean, that's what they call
our
any old
generation.
people. The young guys that are younger than us now. The term is boomer. Like, don't be such a boomer,
All of us are
man.
boomers. All of us are boomers.
No,
All of us are
it's a
boomers.
derogatory,
No, we are the.
it's a derogatory
I know, I
slang,
know,
right?
yeah. It's the okay boomer thing, right?
Right.
No, but the thing is that we're the real millennials. We are the real millennials. When you go back and really like study the thing, like people
Ay,
born in like
let's say hi to Kenzie Marie.
1986.
She's giving you a kiss. Kenzie
Oh,
Marie.
hello.
Monteverde sends you a kiss. Hi, Kenzie Marie.
Maybe she's sending you a kiss. Why am I doing this?
We're she's sending the both of
Maybe
us a
both of us.
kiss. We're both on the
Yeah,
screen.
both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's like yeah. So yeah, we're the real millennials. Like people born from like
Oo
1986.
nga.
I'm not sure. Pero yung late 80s, like we're the real millennials because like we our formative years are at the turn of the millennium, which is 2000, right? So we are the millennials, and then after us are like Gen Z, and now the younger ones like post Gen Z, I think. And
Grabe,
it's like
no?
it's crazy. Like
Dapat
you
Gen
know,
A
so
ulit
it's like
sila para recycle it, right?
like yeah, like Gen A ulit sila or whatever. But then here's the thing, like our friend Jeremy Domingo, like when we
Underdog.
like I was doing a project with him like in 2011 or 2012, and we were auditioning people.
Kabarkada
Like
namin
we were
yan.
putting in auditions. Yeah. So we were auditioning people, and there's one who auditioned na ang birthday niya is 1990.
Okay.
And Jeremy was like, wow, oh my, or 1994 or 95. It's like,
Whoa.
Jeremy was like, whoa, like 1995, what was I doing in 1995? And he's just getting bored. And now I feel that too. It's like I have office mates born in like 1996, 97. Like, what the fuck was I doing when I was in 97? I wasn't old. Like I was a kid in 1997. But it's just like,
Ah,
you're already doing stuff in 1997 and they were just getting born. It's crazy. It's
it is.
crazy.
I mean, I feel better in my 30s than I did in my 20s. I feel like I was more insecure, more
Oh, I
anxious.
do too.
Hmm.
But I think that's youth for you. I think that's youth for you. Like they're meant to be
No,
angsty.
but
They're
I
meant to
mean, we
be
always
angsty.
lament the parang we long for the youth, for youth. It's wasted on the young, ganon, you know. Pero actually, parang mas chill din when
Well,
you're like 30.
yeah. And I think wisdom is wasted on the old anyway.
Hey,
Isn't
that's a good
it?
one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Right? Like you have all this wisdom, no one wants to listen to you. What the fuck?
But your
That's
balls
wasted.
reach the floor, ganon. You have
Yeah,
all this
yeah, right,
wisdom,
right.
but your balls reach the floor.
Yeah. It's like when you're looking at like the old people like your grandpa or your lolo or your lola, diba? Like when you were a kid and they would always tell you like they would give you life lessons and you would always say like I don't live my life like you. And then you start to realize as you grow older, you see these kids and you want to tell them that, like when I was your age. But it's like,
When I was
who the
your
fuck cares,
age.
man? They don't want to be
Yeah.
your age anyway.
Tsaka I always, when I'm interfacing with people younger than me, I always flash back to how old people used to treat me. So I try not to be as much of an asshole as they are. They'll be like, hey kid, you know, like,
Yeah.
hey son, you just, ano, mga ganon. Like, you don't know what you're doing, son. Mga
Yeah,
ganon.
I think that's the best we
Boy.
can do. Like,
Boy.
if our generation realizes that, the old people before us, they're very preachy. I think we can be the cool generation. Like, look, I understand
I think every
where you're
generation
at.
thinks they're the cool generation.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it sucks. But we're not yet that old. Like, we're halfway there. Like, I'm turning 34. So it's like, I'm turning 34. And parang, you know, I wish, here's so what I exactly feel. I wish I was young again, but with the things I know now. If I was young again with the things that I know now, I'd have a pretty good life. And I did have a pretty good youth. I don't want
Um,
to touch on that.
I mean, if we, you know, if I had my youth back again with this mind, oh, anyone would be like changing so many things, you know, like,
Yeah,
oh, when I've
yeah,
done this, I would have done this, you know, like,
yeah.
don't worry about
But
it.
what
What?
if, what if, what if that can happen? Here's just an interesting thought. What if that could happen? Like you can go back in time, like you're young, and you have like the wisdom or whatever like when you're 5 or you're 38 or 40, or whatever, but you can
Mm-mm.
go back. But then the catch is you can't change anything.
Oh,
It's gonna happen anyway.
yeah. That's gonna be like,
That's
ano, you're gonna go, like, that's grabe. What is that even like? You can't even
yeah.
express that you know it. Kasi
I think
expressing it
that's sucks more.
would change it. Parang
Yeah,
it would be changing it, right? If like I know
yeah.
this, I know that this is wrong, but I have to do it anyway. Wouldn't you just scream out, or you can't even scream out?
No,
Parang
no.
ganon.
I think like the story in my head, the Star Trek concept in my head. if sorry.
So that's all.
Nabunot ko yung ano, nabunot
It's
ko
okay. I can still we can still hear you.
um, the thing is, the Star Trek concept in my head is that
Oh,
you
let
can go back, you can go back in time, knowing what you
Mm-mm.
know.
Sorry to pause you
It
there,
feels like
but we have to say hi
it
to
feels.
Mark Montemayor. Sabi ni
Oh,
Mark
hi.
Montemayor, William Papa and Alden Papa miss you guys. Miss you too, Mark.
We miss you.
Baka ang
We miss
magtropa
everyone
UST
from that era.
nice. Yes. Oh, sorry.
Ano sabi ni Mark?
Continue. Sabi
Ano
niya,
sabi ni Mark?
baka ang magtropa sa UST nice.
Nice, nice, very nice.
Noise.
But anyway, it's like the Star Trek concept is that you go back in time, like you have your youth again, and then you have like this wisdom. You feel like you have the wisdom, but you don't know what's going to happen. But then you can't do anything. Like you have the wisdom, but what's happening is like it's like playing on the concept of fate or like predestination. Like whatever you are, whatever you do, if you're destined to become this way, it will become this way. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's as interesting as the earlier. But anyway,
I think
that is
I think
Star Trek.
if you can translate it to a wrestling fight, then it will be awesome.
Oh, I can't. I can't. I'm just a writer. I
Yeah.
don't make the like. Okay, let's talk about like wrestling for a bit.
Sige.
It's I'm the
Let's plug
writer.
your ano din.
Yeah, if anyone is interested in wrestling, like we have this Pinoy wrestling stuff.
What's it called?
There's a wrestling scene in the Philippines. We are Manila Wrestling Federation. I am the head of. I'm the creative director. So I basically I'm effectively like the head writer of Manila Wrestling Federation. And
Not
we have
Revolution. That's the enemy.
no, that's not. We're not enemies. We're just like it's a different company. That's Philippine Wrestling
Do you
Revolution.
have a website?
We have Manila Wrestling Federation. We have a YouTube channel. That's you just look for Manila Wrestling Federation on Facebook and on YouTube. MWFPH.com is the website. But anyway,
Nice
so
domain.
how wrestling goes is that I write the shows.
MWF.ph?
No, MWFPH.com.
Ah,
Yeah. So I write the shows, I write the episodes. We have new episodes every Wednesday, 7 p.m. on YouTube. So I write the episodes, I make the matches, but whatever happens in the ring, they're all in the wrestlers. So why did we go there? I have to plug MWF, so we did go there.
yes.
But yeah. Let's talk about music again. How many minutes have we?
We're actually
How many
down
more
to
minutes?
our last 3 minutes, so let's use this
Wow.
few minutes to plug whatever this is we're doing musical thing and like invite everyone to check it out when it's out, and hopefully we can somehow put updates as we do it, and also they can consume. You know how
Yeah.
they do it in UFC. That's why I was so excited that we went back to fighting.
Yeah.
No, but this is marketing. This is marketing thing.
Let's
How do
let's talk about
they
it
keep people
off
engaged
air.
How do we keep
But
people
yeah,
engaged? Before the fight, diba? You can't
That's
just be like, boom, there's the fight. It has to be like, there's an, there's a, lots of content on the way to the fight,
Yeah.
Parang ganon.
that's wrestling too. Like wrestling originated that. UFC stole it from pro wrestling.
Yeah, but you know,
MMA fans, but it's the truth.
it's the same thing to me. Like UFC and WWE, they have not a lot in like, they have a lot in common, you know.
Yeah. And then, well, the only different thing is that the other one is scripted and the other one is not. But then, like the way you promote the shows, and I would say it's like it's show business, whatever that is. But like, it's the way we do it in pro wrestling is the way Marvel does it with the MCU. It's the same thing. You promote Robert Downey Jr., you promote Scarlett Johansson, you promote the personalities behind these guys, and so people want to see them in a movie. But anyway, this is we're doing the faces and faces stuff. We are going to talk about this off the air, like how we are going to attack, like how we promote. Like let's bounce off ideas of how to do this. But then the album is going to be out in May. So whatever happens between today, tonight, until May, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting, right?
Right. And like hopefully you keep you stay engaged with our efforts, and like follow us on Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
YouTube. William Elvin, you can join this group which I'm part of also, Millennials, right?
The
To
millennials.
join the
I have the poll.
Millennials for to
Yeah,
be in the
the millennial poll.
latest of the latest like updates. Join Millennials Facebook group. And
Join and like my page. It's William Elvin. Just
yep,
William Elvin.
it's William Elvin. Not William Elvin. Here, we're flashing the like page. Where's the like page? There you go. This is the like page, guys.
I don't see it. I don't see it, but
But
there it is.
you're looking at it
Wherever that
in
is.
the screen. You're
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
looking at it.
yeah.
Anyway, so faces and faces, everyone. Stay
Yeah.
posted, and well,
Thank you to
hopefully we
everyone
we do this
who
again with better technology.
we will do this again. We will do this again. Especially na like old names. I'm hearing old names again.
Yeah.
I want to meet you guys again. I want to see you
Yeah.
guys again.
Oh, and
Every one
Mark
of you.
de Guzman says with will. Is that what you said?
With you.
With
Hello, Mark. Yan.
will.
Like, I miss these people. I miss you people.
Hmm. We're getting some amazing
I
reach
miss
here,
you guys,
man. We're
everyone.
getting some amazing reach here.
Yeah. What?
Then you haven't even shared it yet, so we'll see how it all
Yeah, let's
goes.
share it. I'll share it. Share it. I'll share it. And let's see where this all goes.
Right.
But the meat of it is that we're promoting Faces and Faces. It's gonna be a solo effort from me, but Alden's gonna be like my co-producer on this.
Yep.
So it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye. Mag-usap lang kami ni Alden, ah.
Yeah. And we're off. Yeah, that was a nice one, man.
Well, that was good. That was good. That was good.
Yeah,
That
that
was so
was
much.
good.
Yeah,
That
no.
was good.